Hey y'all, have you ever heard of a corn rib? Yes, corn ribs. As you can see, I did not make up this recipe. It is a thing and I've been wanting to try it so bad. So I just had to get in the kitchen and try to make me some corn ribs. So I started off with some whole corn. I've never shucked corn before. So this was a very new experience for me. Out of 5 of them, I only ended up using 3 because the other 2 were kind of moldy. So that was a bummer. But here I am. I had to get my mom over here to help me out because I'm like, what is this thing? Just kidding. But she did help me out because I literally was like, what's going on? So we got this corn together. She also helped later on. I'm gonna show you. It was kind of crazy even cutting the corn into ribs. By the way, they call them corn ribs because the core of the corn is like the bone. You don't eat that part. And then the kernels are like the meat of the rib because that's the part you eat. So you're left with basically the bone of these corn, and you eat it like ribs also, I would say, something of the sort, from my knowledge, from my memories. So yeah, I had to make it. It looked so good on the internet. I just had to try it and give it a shot. I don't know that I will be making these again though, because just cutting them was a hassle. So here you see me struggling. And this is not a dull knife. I might need to sharpen it. I'm not gonna lie, but it's not a dull knife. So getting through these corn was literally, I'm not even exaggerating, it was like a safety hazard. You can keep them whole like this, cut off the top and the bottom, keep them whole and cut them into quarters or 4, or you can cut the long piece in half and then cut each of those into 4, so you get 8 pieces. I ended up doing this one into 4 pieces, and then I realized it is just so hard to cut through it that I need to do it the other way and make 8 pieces because it was a lot. And when I looked up recipes, I realized that everyone was cutting their corn like butter. Their knives were just sliding through. There was no resistance. And I'm like, what am I doing? Did I get played? Also, don't cut it where it's face down, the kernels on the cutting board, because you're smashing the kernels and then it just doesn't work like that. You'll get juices everywhere. It becomes even more of a mess. So cutting it as it's like standing up on your cutting board is a lot easier and better, I would say. And just even the way these were getting cut, none of them are uniform. I'm gonna just warn you right now. None of these are uniform. None of these look as aesthetically pleasing as the pictures that I showed you from Google in the beginning. Literally none of them. I did my best. I'm not a chef. I did my best. So there you have it. When you're done cutting your corn, put them in a Ziploc bag, and I melted some butter, Earth Balance. Then I'm gonna use some avocado oil and put that into the Ziploc bag so that the butter doesn't burn in the oven. We're gonna put our butter in the bag, then we're gonna season it. I used garlic powder, and I think I used like 3 to 4 tablespoons of each of these. I didn't measure though. I also used some paprika, and I wanted these to have a Mex-Tex kind of vibe, some chili, lemony, lime type of vibe. So I used some ancho chili powder and some lemon lime, or lime, whatever that seasoning was. You can rewind it. I don't remember. Sorry. I'll put it in the description too. And then some black pepper and some crushed black pepper, because I like crushed black pepper. Yeah. And then we're going to add some salt to taste, of course. And you're going to just shake that up. Give it a nice little shaky shake. Be sure to coat all of the corn that you've just so haphazardly cut into some pieces. if you're anything like me. I also tasted it just to see if it was giving what it's supposed to give, and it definitely did. So now I'm going to put it on a pan and put those out. As you can see, look at that, like they're not uniform. I literally have the big pieces, small pieces. It's just, but that, it doesn't matter, it's gonna get eaten regardless. Am I right? So I tried to put them all facing the same direction ish. It doesn't really matter. I put them so that the core was on the pan mostly, and then baked it like that. And then halfway through I turned it over. I put them in the oven at 425 or about 220 Celsius, and I did that for about 20-25 minutes. And you know, I had to get a close-up for you, so here's a close-up shot. The seasonings are right there in between the crevices of the kernels. So good. You do not have to skimp out on seasoning with this one. It's delicious. And I mean, it's cooked, so you don't have to worry about it being raw, so that's good. Then I'm going to cut this lime in half, and the dipping sauce, they said use vegan yogurt. I didn't have vegan yogurt, but I did have some sour cream left over, just a little bit, so I'm going to use that instead. And it worked out so good with sour cream also, but you can use a vegan Greek yogurt if you'd like. So half a lime squeezed into that, and then the seasonings from when I put it in the bag are also going into this sour cream situation with the lime. And that's just so that everything has like a cohesive type of flavor. And like I said, it's very lime chili. Do you hear my cat in the background? Oh my gosh, it's very lime chili flavor. That's what I wanted. You can also do a barbecue flavor. You can do this however you want, but I wanted like a lime Mex-Tex type of vibe, so that's what I'm doing. And set those aside. Then halfway through, did I tell you that I turned those over? And this is what it's looked like. The core is now facing up, and it's done. This is the final result. It looks pretty good to me. Oh my gosh, it was so good. It was so good. I'm probably never gonna do this again though, so I mean, it had to be good for the first time. So this is what the rib looks like. As you can see, I dipped it in the sauce, and you're just gonna eat it like a rib, low key, high key. And by itself, without dipping in anything, delicious. It's even better when you put some lime on top, even better. And then if you did all that and dipped it in the sauce, mind-blowingly good. I would give this, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I'm deducting a point for just how difficult it was to even like cut it, because again, I'm probably never gonna do this again. But that being said, it was so good. I want you to try this recipe, but I warn you that it is very difficult to cut this corn, so please be careful if you do try it. I don't want you to cut yourself, but if you do try it, let me know. It was so good. Hope you enjoy, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.